Okay, I think we'll get stuck in. So good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining this session on the Marketing Institute Qualified Marketeer exam. My name is Jenny Bishop and I head up the Learning and Development Unit of the Marketing Institute. And Aoife Morton, my colleague, has joined me this morning. So just to give you a quick outline of how the session will run, I'll just give you a brief outline of we as the Marketing Institute, what we stand for, and then I'll hand over to Aoife, who's going to go through, the Qualified Marketeer exam, how to apply for it, how it runs, what to do on the day and so on. Some really practical advice and, just give you an insight in terms of how other people have found it really beneficial. So in terms of, if you just want to move that down, Aoife, yeah. So in terms of our mission as the Marketing Institute, we are obviously the professional body for marketing professionals in Ireland. And really our mission is to enable great careers and great brands. And, one of our biggest pillars and one of the biggest areas that we focus on is continued professional development and lifelong learning. And we really encourage people from every stage of their career. So obviously you guys, are coming to the end of your kind of student career, looking to move out into the executive world. So really we want to have that relationship with all marketeers and that they're really committed to, upskilling and always looking at their careers and so on in development. So we ultimately, our objective is to create, so this kind of centralized, cohesive education offering that, is standardized, is accredited, and as I said, that there's a very strong commitment to professional development, and that, ultimately starts at your level in terms of doing the Qualified Marketeer exam, becoming a member of the professional body, and using it just in terms of to enhance how you as a potential employee look and how you can actually tap into companies and try to actually get your role in the roles that you want to. And so just to give you a brief outline, we've really looked at trying enhancing our whole offering for final year students and grads. And we've worked, closely with the colleges, including CIT, to understand what you guys are looking for and what would really be of benefit to you. So we have created a new site page. It's the Grad Hub on our website. And on it, you can look, there's loads of content. There's advice in terms of like updating your LinkedIn profile, how to kind of create your network. We had an event last week. I don't know if any of you were on it, but we had a recruitment consultant, Roy Brennan, who spoke about, how to actually approach getting a job. And then we had a very recent grad, Melissa Dunn, who gave a very interesting insight into her journey. She's actually just become one of our scholarship candidates in our masters. So really what I would advise you to have a look at the website and also sign up for our newsletter. So you'll see in upcoming events, you'll see the likes of when the next Qualified Marketeer exam is, and so on and so forth. So, it's a good place to look. And really what we'd love to build is, a final year grad community so that you can really kind of help each other out as well. So I am going to hand over to Aoife, who's going to give you an outline of the QME.
Hi everyone, my name is Aoife and I look after the Qualified Marketeer exam, otherwise known as the QME, and also the graduates. So the QME is for students who hold or will soon hold a degree or postgraduate qualification in marketing or business. It's a 3-hour exam, which is taking place online and allows you to apply all the learnings, theories, experience that you've studied over the past few years and apply it to a real life business situation. So passing the exam means you can achieve independent professional accreditation from the representative body for marketeers in Ireland, which is MII. So a little bit about the Qualified Marketeer exam. Students are asked to register for the exam via this link. I'll send it on to Pio and Michelle after this call so everyone can register. The cost of the exam is €45. Just so you know, it is non-refundable and non-transferable. So if you sign up to it in November, you have to in November. Unfortunately, you can transfer it over to a different date. So it's a bit like a cinema ticket. All students will be added to Google Classrooms. So this is where the exam will take place, and everyone will be added a week before the exam just to familiarise themselves with Google Classrooms and how it's laid out. So there is a sample exam paper available on Google Classrooms along with the examiner's report to show what is required from students. And just so you know, to pass, you must achieve 40%. So on the day of the exam, it's broken into 3 sections. So at 10 a.m, the case study will go live. So this is where you do all your reading. You can download it, you can make notes, highlight important things which you think is important. At 1 p.m, the questions will go live. So there's 3 questions for you to answer. and the answers must be typed, just so you know, and at 3:30 you should submit your answers. So my top tip is, I'm talking from previous students who've done the exam, is to spend about 45 minutes answering each question. Look at marketing trends, which will help you answer the questions. Also to organise all your college notes, so breaking down into like your, familiarise yourselves with like the different theories. It'll just really help, because even though you might think 2.5 hours is a long time to answer questions, on the day of the exam it is quite tight. Yeah, so as I mentioned, answers must be typed and electronic references are forbidden. So if you Google something, I could Google it, and just, you know, all answers do go through Turnitin for plagiarism. So only college notes or academic books are allowed to answer your questions. As it's an electronic exam and everyone will be submitting online, I will ask that people put their full name on the header of the page, and also to save the document with their name. It just makes it easier for everyone. So this is just Google Classrooms. This is just a quick screen grab of what it looks like. You can see that I've uploaded the qualifying marketing exam rules and then the practice studies. I'll also send these on to Michelle and Pio after this, so you have them. And then this is what the exam on the day will look like. You can see that I've scheduled the exam questions and the case studies up there live now. So just some general advice and suggestions. You probably already know this. You've been doing online classes and exams since last March. So have a quiet place with broadband and make sure you have everything set up. So have your textbooks, your college notes, pens, papers, your food, drink, just ideal for when you're sitting the exam. And make sure family and friends are aware of your plans for the exam. So I will remind you to turn off your mobile phone, otherwise it's a distraction. You can use whatever textbooks, notes you have, but electronic resources are not allowed. Don't worry if you can't upload or download the exam. Take your time. I'll be online the whole time, so if you just email training@MII, I'll help you with that. So I suppose the main reason is why you're here today is, why would you sit the qualifying marketing exam? So taking the exam proves that you can apply your degree level marketing knowledge to a real business situation. Successful candidates will become full members of the Marketing Institute, and you are given a complimentary membership for the first year. One of the past students who done the exam there in June, she did the exam because it gave her a competitive edge when applying for jobs, and literally I think maybe a month after she took the exam and received her college results, she secured a sales and marketing role, which she was delighted about. Also, when you join the Marketing Institute, you join a community of like-minded people, and it opens the door to numerous career and networking opportunities. We have, like, when you join, you can access all the webinars that we've done since the start of the year. There is an online marketing library, there's articles there, so it's pretty good. And as Jenny mentioned, the Graduate Hub. So we launched this in July 2020. It's an area on our site. It's just dedicated solely to you, young marketing graduates. So we have advice on job advice, careers, free online upskilling courses, which can be good for your CV. Some of you might have been on the call with me last week for the graduate event with Rory and Melissa, which is brilliant. It was called Getting Your CV in Front of Decision Makers. There is a recording of that on the site, so you can rewatch that. And as a reminder, just sign up for our graduate newsletter. We also have a competition running at the moment. So it's a content editor, and there's a one for all gift card up for grabs. So we just ask graduates to submit a piece of writing, anything you want, and then we will do an interviews for the graduate editor next week. So you look after the page for us. So that's it. Thank you. If anyone has any questions, if you want to put them in the chat box, we'll answer them.
Yeah, thanks, Aoife. And I think that's a good outline of how it works. And if anyone has any questions, please, as Aoife said, put them in the chat box. And if not, you can obviously contact us after the fact. You can email us at training@mii.ae, and we can obviously get back to you straight away. So the next one, as Aoife said, is the 14th of November. So Aoife, is there a closing date actually in terms of when people need to apply for that?
Ideally, I'd like everyone to apply the week before, so the 6th of November, and it's the Friday. It'd be good if you have to apply, just so that I can upload you to Google Classrooms and get familiarised with the whole thing. But
exactly.
Obviously, if it's last minute, we will look after you.
Okay, perfect. I see questions coming in here. Just someone is asking, how soon after the exam do you receive your results?
So results are usually received about 6 weeks after the exam. It can depend on how people take the exam. They will be emailed to you. So we have an external examiner who corrects them. So she'll come back with the results, and then she'll break it down into question 1, what you got, question 2, question 3, and then your overall percentage and grade. So it takes about 6 weeks.
Another question, what should we specifically be studying? Is it just marketing trends? So I think, Aoife, that to me, in terms of specifically be studying, be very clear on your frameworks, you know, so your, you know, Porter's 5 forces, all the different pieces in terms of the strategic frameworks that you've looked at. You'll get the case study, and it's obviously showing that you can apply that strategic thinking in your answers. So, you know, that, I suppose that, would that answer that, Aoife? Is there anything else you think that they should be looking at?
No, I think your marketing trends kind of look at what's out there, and then just refer back to your basic marketing principles. I think your marketing mix is important. I wouldn't, Jimmy, if you're running out of time, bullet point it down. I think that's a good way. Just get your points across. Don't worry about writing long paragraphs.
Yeah.
Just too often, unfortunately, just do bullet points can sometimes help. Yeah. So keep it simple. Yeah. It's kind of everyday business life.
Yeah, exactly. And someone is asking, I think it's Chris, is this test just proving we can apply our education to the real world? And yes, absolutely. So the case study is obviously a real life case study, and it's showing that you can look at it from a business perspective and apply marketing know-how and strategic thinking to it. So yeah, applying your education to the real world. A question from Owen, is there a grade given for the result of the exam, or is it just a pass or fail? So I know they are graded, Aoife, aren't they?
So yeah, percentage and then be graded. So it's similar to your college exams. I think like it'd be graded like 90% would be an A, and then I think like 70% is like a B, and then 60% is a C. It's that kind of way. Yeah. So
and I know, just to mention as well, Aoife, we actually supply people with digital badges. So anyone who did the exam last June got a digital badge, and they were able to put it on their LinkedIn profile. And again, it's another piece to add to your profile. And I know there was a lot of engagement with those. So it's a great thing to say that you've done the exam and that you're now a member of your professional body. And obviously people who did extremely well, or, you know, would be able to kind of include their grade on that. So it's just everything about standing out to prospective employers. And I think when we listened to Rory last week on the webinar, he was talking about how no matter what level you're at in your career, that's where employers look. Like LinkedIn is where it begins, and where it's, you know, everything is up there. So that's how you need to build where you need to build your profile. Shane Murphy is asking, in terms of references in the exam, is it recommended to use them, or is the exam passable without the use of references? I would say, Aoife, I would think you would be recommended to use references, but I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, so just a simple, just a book reference, same as if you're doing a college assignment, just literally the book and name and the year. I think that's perfectly enough. You don't need to worry too much about that, and just put in the book, I don't know, Marketing Institute 2020, Jenny Bishop, it's fine. But wouldn't really worry too much about references. It's just kind of your general kind of knowledge. You just want to apply it to the real life business situation.
Yeah. And I think the sample case study, which is obviously sent to all of those who signed up, is very useful in terms of understanding, you know, the length of the case study, what it's about, how to, you know, just practice and be very used to it for the day. And I think enjoy it, because it is a nice to be able to show your knowledge and to apply it, as we say, to kind of a real life business situation. And use it even in terms of if and when you do have interviews, to be able to say that you did that. So you've actually done a case study, a professional body case study, and been able to apply your knowledge and deal with it effectively. So I think, you know, looking at past case studies is obviously very helpful for people, and we'll obviously supply those. How do we sign up for the exam? So you go onto our website and you go into, actually, Aoife, you take that one because you're probably more au fait with
so
exactly
you just go onto our website, and it is under membership, and it is joined by exam. I'll send on the link to Pia and Michelle, and they can send it around to everyone. So you literally just sign up there, and it is €45 for the exam.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you get your first year, says €45 for the exam, you get your first year free in terms of membership, and then the second year is at 50%. So it's very valuable and very worthwhile. And really, now that we've enhanced all of our, you know, really looking at trying to make sure that we have the right offering for people who are, you know, in their final year or early stage grads. And also, if there's anything you'd like to see us do, please let us know, because what we want it to be is a reflection of what, you know, this level at this stage of your career you're looking for at this stage of college. Okay, guys, if there's no more questions, we will leave it there. And as we said, Aoife will share the information with Pio and Michelle, and we'd love to see as many of you as you can. And just one final call out, if you're interested in, as Aoife mentioned, we have that competition. So it's an honorary grad site page content editor competition. So ultimately, we are looking for you to apply, send us a piece of content. We will be looking at them, creating a shortlist and interviewing people, and then you would be working with this in terms of what content is on that page. So again, a very valuable piece, you know, something again that would be really useful to have on your CV and your LinkedIn profile. So yeah, so I hope that answers everything. As we said, please let us know if there's anything else, and we hope to see loads of you sign up, because I think, you know, there's no downside to doing it, and that's we can use everything we can at the moment with everything that's going on in the world. Okay, guys, thanks a million.